adventurers, and welcome to this glorious Greek island called Amorgos. I get to stay here for a few months. I feel incredibly lucky. And because I get to stay here on this stunning island, that means there are going to be plenty of Greek lesson videos for you guys. Woohoo! Now, in today's lesson, we're going to be looking all at myths. Now, first, we're going to meet the gods and goddesses that are in most of the Greek myths. And then, later on, you are going to get to draw what you think the Greek gods and goddesses look like. Firstly, let's learn what a myth is. A myth is a story that has been passed down through generations. It is a tale that explains how something came to be or why something is the way it is. Many countries have myths that explain how the earth was created, why we have certain animals, why we have night and day, and so on. If you ever had a question about how something came to be, I'm sure there's a country that has a myth to explain it. Growing up in New Zealand, I was around myths all the time. How Maui fished up the North Island, how Maui slowed down the sun, and how the Sky Father and Earth Mother, Ranganui and Papatuanuku, are two parents in love, but forever they have been forced apart. How sad. Now, for a quick warm-up activity, I want you to do some research. I want you to find a myth from your country explaining how the earth came to be. Off you go. Now, Greek myths are quite different from the myths of New Zealand. So, if we're going to be learning all about them, we need to meet the main gods and goddesses that are in those myths. Off we go. The main gods and goddesses that you hear about are called the Olympians. But before the Olympians were the elder gods, or the Titans. The Titans were the rulers, and they all have names that are associated with planets in our solar system. The leader of the Titans was called Cronus, and he had a very important son called Zeus. You may have heard of him before. Zeus dethroned his father and took over as the ruler of the gods. The other Titans did not appreciate that, and they tried to fight against him. But all that happened to them was that they got banished, which meant they could never come back. I don't think that's a very nice way to treat your father.
There is Zeus, ruler of the Olympians and god of the sky. He can control the weather and throw lightning bolts. There is also Poseidon, who is one of Zeus's brothers. He is god of the sea and protector of the water. He is quite a grump and can make earthquakes with his trident. Have you heard about their other brother, Hades? Hades is the god of the dead and the king of what is called the underworld. He is very gloomy. A lovely goddess is called Aphrodite. Aphrodite was the goddess of love, beauty, and eternal youth. The stories say that she was created out of the foam from the ocean, or she may be a daughter of Zeus. Another god was Apollo. He was the god of many things, some of the most important: the sun, light, medicine, and music. He would teach men about medicine, which gave him the nickname the healer. One of the most well-known goddesses was Athena. We learned a lot about her in Athens. Athena was the goddess of wisdom and war. She was very intelligent. The tale of her birth is that Zeus had a terrible headache and she came out of his forehead. Another child of Zeus was Hermes. He was a messenger for the gods and was in charge of protecting those traveling across land. It is said that he was a bit of a trickster. Two well-known heroes that are from Greek mythology are Hercules and Odysseus. Hercules was well known for his strength and for being courageous. Hercules is actually what he was called by the Romans. In Greece, he was called Heracles. He was a demigod, meaning that he is half god, half human. His father was Zeus and his mother was a princess from Earth. Odysseus is an adventurer that is in the book The Odyssey, written by a Greek poet called Homer. He travels around the world, meets many different people and creatures, and most of the time he will come into a bit of a problem.
Now that you have met many of the gods and goddesses, it is time for you to do some drawing. You've heard lots of facts and you've seen some pictures and some sculptures of what other people think they look like. But you probably have your own picture in your head. So now it is time for you to do some drawing. Pick one god or goddess and draw what you think they look like. When you're finished with that, you can write words or sentences around the outside that make you think of that god or goddess. Now, have fun with that. And remember to stay tuned to the touring teacher because we have plenty of Greek myths to learn about. Are you ready? Adieu, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching! Why not continue learning by clicking on one of these lesson videos? And make sure to click that subscribe button. Happy travels!